Assalamu alaikum dear students of class 11th. As we have started a new chapter that was magnetism, and in that we have seen some common known facts about magnetism. Then we have seen magnetic lines of force and magnetic field. There were some properties of magnetic lines of force, somewhat around 4 properties we were having, and I had already explained you. After that, we have seen the basic formula of magnetic field strength, that was nothing but magnetic field is equal to magnetic flux per unit area. Now, what is magnetic flux? Yes, magnetic flux, I had already explained you, that is the number of lines of force. What is flux? Magnetic flux, number of magnetic lines of force. It is called as magnetic flux. And to how you are going to define magnetic field strength? So magnetic field strength is defined as magnetic flux per unit area. Now basically magnetic field is denoted by capital B and magnetic flux is denoted by phi, and area as usual capital A. So the formula will become B is equal to phi upon A, and SI unit of this is nothing but Weber per meter square, because SI unit of magnetic flux is nothing but Weber, and area is also measured in always measured in meter square. The SI unit of is that meter square. So when you substitute all the SI unit of this, that is flux upon area, so it will be Weber upon meter square. So this is what that we have already studied. Now today we are having some new subtopics, that is the bar magnet. Now as you see this image, this is nothing but known as bar magnet, that is a bar of a magnet which is called bar magnet. And as usual we know that a magnet is having two poles, two fictitious pole, that is south pole and north pole. As you can see here, S stand for south pole and N stand for north pole. So basically a bar magnet is said to have magnetic pole strength, that is plus Q and minus Q at the north and south. That means at the north pole we will have a pole strength of positive Q, and at the south pole we will have a magnetic strength as negative Q. Fine. The separation of magnetic poles inside the magnet is 2L. Now see this diagram. Here we are having N at the left hand side, see this is your N, and this is the S, that is this N is nothing but the north pole and this S is nothing but the south pole. So as you can see here, this is nothing but a bar magnet. You can see this is a bar magnet. Now as I had told you that a south pole is having negative magnetic strength, this minus M, and a north pole is having positive magnetic strength, that is a plus M. Fine. Now you can see this 2 point, this dotted point. See this 2 point, this 2 point is called as magnetic length, and magnetic length is nothing but 2L. Why it is 2L? See, this is nothing but the center of the bar magnet, and the distance of the south pole from the center of the bar magnet is L, and the distance of the north, you can say that the pole strength only, not the poles, you can say the pole strength, the distance of this pole strength is nothing but the L. So north to south, how many L is there? 2L. So that's why the magnetic length itself is nothing but the 2L. Fine. And this is the center part of the bar magnet, which is nothing but O. Now as you can see the length from the edge of this bar magnet, see from the edge of the bar magnet, this length is called as this is the geometrical length. Fine. Now as you can see here, we are having a magnetic equator, then we are having magnetic axis. Now let's see and let's discuss one by one. Now let's discuss first axis. Now axis, what is axis? See here, you can see the magnetic axis marked here. So basically it is the line passing through both the poles of a bar magnet. Obviously there is only one axis for a given bar magnet. So you can see here this magnetic axis here. Now magnetic equator, as you can see this vertical line, the horizontal line is itself is the magnetic axis, and the vertical line which is shows here, it is nothing but the magnetic equator. So how you are going to define the magnetic equator? So basically magnetic equator is defined as a line passing through the center of a bar magnet, as you can see in this diagram, and perpendicular to its axis is called magnetic equator. Fine. Now the magnetic length, as I told you, see the magnetic length which is called this magnetic length here, 2L. So it is the distance between the two poles of a magnet. As you can see here, the two poles, see the dot line, dot part, this is the pole of the bar magnet. So the distance between these two poles itself is called as magnetic length, and geometric length you can see here. Now let's see one by one as it is defined in your textbook. So axis, basically it is the line passing through both the poles of a bar magnet, and obviously there is only one axis for a given bar magnet. So this is the simple definition of the axis of a bar magnet. Now equator. So basically a line passing through the center is called the equatorial circle, and the popularly known as equator in geography is actually an equatorial circle. Such a circle with any diameter is an equator, and in a bar magnet a line passing through the center of a magnet and perpendicular to its axis is called magnetic equator. Okay, now the magnetic length. So it is the distance between the two poles of a magnet, and see, we have seen the magnetic length in the diagram, we have seen the geometric length also. So there must be some relationship between the magnetic length and geometric length. So as you can see here, the relation between this both the length is nothing but magnetic length, that is 2L is equal to 5/6 times of the geometric length. Suppose if it is the geometric length of a bar magnet is 12 meter. So how you are going to find the magnetic length of the bar magnet? So it will be nothing but 2L is equal to 5/6 into 12, then 6 2s are, then 5 2s are 10. That's mean the magnetic length of the bar magnet is 10, and the geometric length itself is given as 12. Okay, so these are the some relationship of the between magnetic length and geometric length, that the magnetic length, that is 2L, is equal to 5/6 into geometric length. So whatever the geometric length you will be given in the numerical, so you can able to find the magnetic length of the bar magnet. Okay, so this is all regarding the axis of a bar magnet, equator of a bar magnet, and magnetic length of the bar magnet. Now one more term is there. As the bar magnet has two poles with equal and opposite pole strength. Okay, equal and opposite means what? Some is having the positives, another is having the negative. So it is called magnetic dipole. So the magnetic dipole moment therefore is vector of M is equal to QM dot DL. that is vector of m is equal to q dot d 2l. Now what is 2l? Yes, it is nothing but magnetic length. As you can see the magnetic length, so 2l is magnetic length. What is q and why it is labeled as m? This is nothing but the magnetic strength. Okay, this is what? Pole strength, magnetic pole strength. So small m itself is nothing but magnetic dipole moment. Magnetic dipole moment is denoted by small m, that is the vector quantity, that's why vector sign is there. So vector of m is equal to q dot 2l. So how you are going to define the magnetic dipole moment? That the magnetic dipole moment, by the formula you can say that magnetic dipole moment is defined as the product of magnetic pole strength and magnetic length. As you can see, this is dot means what? Multiplication. So product is nothing but the multiplication. So how you are going to define it in the definition? You can say that it is the product of pole strength into magnetic length. Now 2l is a vector from south pole to north pole, that's why it is the vector quantity. So this is all regarding the some basic terms of a bar magnet. So you have to keep remember all these 4 basic definition of the terms, that is axis, equator, magnetic length and magnetic dipole moment. And you have to remember the formula for the both, that is magnetic length and magnetic dipole moment, which is very simple. Now let's move on. Now we are having magnetic field due to a bar magnet at a point along its axis and at a point along its equator. Now we have seen what is axis, we have seen what is equator. So let's consider a bar magnet and along with axis. Axis is nothing but the you can say horizontal line that passing through the center of the bar magnet or between or passing through the poles of the bar magnet. So this is nothing but the axis of a bar magnet. Now the bar magnet will have a magnetic dipole moment, that is nothing but the you can see vector of m is there. And see what you have to consider, you have to extend this axis, and at that extended axis you have to consider a point. That point is nothing but the p, anywhere on the extended axis. So that point is nothing but label this point as p. And as usual we know that the center of a bar magnet is nothing but O, and as we know that a bar magnet having 2 fictitious pole, that is south pole at the left hand side and north pole at the right hand side, and the distance of the point that we have considered on the extended axis, that is P, to the center of a bar magnet, it is nothing but given as small r. So what will be the magnetic field due to a bar magnet at a point along its axis? So the magnetic field, which is nothing but B, due to a bar magnet at a point along its axis, it will be nothing but, as you can see the formula, B axis is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2m upon r cube. B axis is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2m upon r cube, where mu naught upon 4 pi is a quantity constant, where 2 is a digit, and m is nothing but the pole strength, r is the distance, as you can see. So this is the magnetic field at a point along the axis of a bar magnet, of the bar magnet. Now next is what given as at a point along its equator. So this was about the axis. Now see, magnetic field along the equatorial point. Now what is equator? Yes, the vertical line that passing through the center of a bar magnet. So this is the equator of a bar magnet. And again, what you have to do, you have to consider a point anywhere on the equator. That point is nothing but P, as you can see in the diagram. So the magnetic field due to a bar magnet along its axis, or sorry, along its equator, it is nothing but B equator is mu naught upon 4 pi m upon r cube. See the formula. Now let's see how we can derive this thing. So in your textbook you have been given only one derivation, that is along with the axis. The solution of the same is given as a along with axis, and you can solve the along with equator also by using the same method. So let's see. As you can see here, what we have to do, we have to consider a bar magnet of dipole length, that is the magnetic length of 2L, and magnetic dipole moment of m, vector of m, as you can see in the diagram. We will now find the magnetic field at a point P along the axis of the bar magnet. Now let r be the distance of point P from the center of the magnetic dipole. So OS is equal to ON is equal to L. As I had already explained you, the length of the north pole from the center of the bar magnet and the length of the south pole from the center of the bar magnet is nothing but L. That's why the magnetic length is twice of L. So L, that is OS is equal to ON, because both will be equal. Always remember, the center, the distance of poles from the center will always same, because center and pole, yes, you can understand. So OS is equal to ON is both are equal to L, small l. Fine. Now if you have to find NP, see, you, as you can see in the diagram, see NP, if you have to find NP, so how you are going to find NP? See, ON itself is L and OP itself is R. So you know ON and you know OP. So how you can find NP? So NP itself is nothing but R minus L. You can see in the diagram, NP itself will be nothing but what we are going to do, we are going to subtract the value of ON from the OP so that we can have NP, because OP itself is nothing but ON plus NP. So NP will be nothing but OP minus ON, that is R minus L. And what about SP? That means the overall. So OS itself is L and OP itself is given as R. So finally SP is nothing but SP is equal to OS plus OP. Yes. So SP, it will be L plus R. So see, this NP and SP, we are having the value of NP and SP with us. So we now use the electrostatics analogy to obtain the magnetic field due to a bar magnet. Consider the electric field due to an electric dipole with the dipole moment P. So this formula you will derive in electrostatics chapter. So this formula, EA is the magnetic field due to a bar magnet in electric field due to electric dipole. So it is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p upon r cube. Now here P, see the small p, this is small p is nothing but the electric dipole moment, and just now we have seen the magnetic dipole moment, that is nothing but the small m. So 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is the constant. In magnetic field, this constant is replaced by mu naught upon 4 pi. Okay, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, this is the constant in electric field, and this constant is replaced as mu naught upon 4 pi in the magnetic field. Now 2 is a digit, so it will remain same. Now P is the electric dipole moment. What we are having, magnetic dipole moment as small m, vector of small m. R cube is the distance, so it will remain same. So finally what we can say, that we can write the axial magnetic field of a bar magnet at a distance r, that is r is much greater than L, and 2L being the length of the bar magnet. So we can say that B axis itself is equal to positive of mu naught upon 4 pi. See, as I had explained you just now that the 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is a constant in the electric field. So instead of that, what we will have, mu naught upon 4 pi. Now 2 is the digit, so it will remain same. P is nothing but the electric dipole moment, so it will be replaced by m, that is the magnetic dipole moment. And r is the distance, it will remain constant because r is the constant term that we have considered, na? So it will remain same. So finally we can say that the magnetic field due to a bar magnet along the axis of a bar magnet, it is given as vector of BA. Here A stand for axis. Okay, so vector of B is equal to positive of mu naught upon 4 pi 2m up vector of m upon r cube. So this is one of the equation, that is the axis magnetic field along with axis of a bar magnet. Now in the similar pattern we can also see B equator, that is E equator, that is the electric field along the equator of a bar magnet. So here it is nothing but 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught upon P upon r cube. As usual, similarly we can say that the equatorial magnetic field will be nothing but B equator is equal to minus of mu naught upon 4 pi m upon r cube. P is replaced by m. Now here the negative sign shows that the direction of B equator is opposite to magnetic pole strength. So that's why it is having minus of this. Fine. So this is all regarding the B axis and B equator. If you take the south pole, so you can have the negative sign, that is the negative of pole strength, and when you will have a north pole, so it will have the positive sign. So when you solve this derivation on the positive type, so it will be B equator will be nothing but positive of mu naught upon 4 pi m upon r cube. Fine. So it will be along with the direction of the field. So here we have concluded that we are having two formula, that is B axis and B equator. Now compare these two formula. If you are going to compare these two formula, that is B axis is nothing but mu naught upon 4 pi 2m upon r cube, and B equator itself is mu naught upon C. Now forget the negative sign. Suppose we are having the positive side of the, okay, so mu naught upon 4 pi m upon r cube. So is there any difference or is there any similarity between these two formula? See, mu naught upon 4 pi is the common in the both the formulas. Now magnetic pole strength, that is mm is also common in the both the formula. R cube is also common in both the formula. What is the difference between these two formula? That is, one is having 2, another is having 1. That is B axis is having 2 m and B equator is having only m. So can you say that B axis is nothing but twice of B equator? Yes, you can. So if it is asked in the exam like prove B axis is equal to twice of B equator, so how you are going to prove this equation? So what you have to do, you have to write both the formula, that is the formula of along with axis, formula of along with equator, and compare both the equations. So you will have that mu naught upon 4 pi will be cancelled, will also be cancelled, r cube is also cancelled. So what you will have only, you will have that it is nothing but B axis is equal to twice of B equator. Or what you can say that B axis mu naught upon 4 pi 2m upon r cube is equation number 1. Then you will write the B equator as mu naught upon 4 pi m upon r cube, equation number 2. Now what you can say, the equation number 1, in the equation number 1 what you can substitute the equation number 2. So itself it will be what, B axis is equal to B equator into 2, that is nothing but when you rearrange this term, so you will have B axis is equal to twice of B equator. Okay, so this is the about B magnetic field due to a bar magnet at a point along its axis and at a point along its equator. So let's stop here. What you have to do, you have to keep practice, you have to keep solving all this derivation by yourself. I had already explained you this thing in this lecture, so you can go through your textbook, you can have that derivation, you can solve it without seeing the derivation in your textbook, then you can cross check it, so that you will see that where you have whether you have done it correctly or is there any, so you can able to understand it and it will be easy for you.